Welcome to Middle Age Magic, the theme park and planning holiday blog with your host Sharon
and Sam. And today we're going to be answering a few questions about us. So the dark side of us, what we do in our normal lives.
We do have them.
Yeah, we do. It's just hobbies, favourite things. So just a little bit more about the two of us.
Yep, so grab a beverage. I always say that. Grab your favourite beverage, because it might be coffee, might be beer.
Yeah, could
and
be anything.
And a snack, and we'll rattle through. It might be a long one, I'm really sorry. But yeah, you get to know us a little bit and why we are the way we are. So, see you in a sec.
We met
back. This is interesting.
This explains a lot. We first met back in 2010 through my ex-husband.
He's now her ex-ex.
Yeah, this is the story of why I don't learn from my mistakes.
Yep.
We'd been married 30 odd years ago. He was my first husband. We divorced after 3 years. We met again 16 years later through our son, and 2 years later we were remarried. That lasted a year. So obviously I don't learn from mistakes.
It's just... No, you don't. No. But I got to know Mike, that's all we'll say about him, playing Warcraft, because he was in the same guild as me. We discovered that we had quite a lot in common. And then when him and Sam got back together, he went, "Oh, my missus likes Disney, you like Disney, you two would get on really well."
Little did he know how well.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
Yes.
That was,
yeah. Disney just, we just went, Disney, and just
It's weird because most people, most Disney lovers and most people that like theme parks and comics and stuff, well, no, it's cool now. You're cool. You're allowed to like Star Wars. You're allowed to like comics. You're allowed to be a geek. But even back as far as 20 years, being a geek wasn't cool. So finding somebody else that was in your tribe,
especially female,
was quite rare.
Yeah, especially another woman.
Yeah. So I think when we first met and realised that we liked pretty much exactly the same, well, not exactly the same thing, but enough to get on really well. Like, regardless of everything
Star
else.
Wars, we share a love of Star Wars. Obviously, I can't do gaming. I'm a complete button masher.
No, you're rubbish.
And you've tried many a time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
No. I'm not very crafty.
Yeah, but I do the craft art sites. So we've got differences, but we're very similar.
I'm not allowed super glue.
No. Or a hot glue gun.
Oh, no, God, no. I did use one yesterday and I didn't burn myself.
That must be a first. I'm gonna go, I'll burn myself. So we took our first Disney trip together in November of 2010, and that was to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
We were out there for Christmas season.
It was the end of November, wasn't it?
It was the end of November. It was very cold. We had real snow.
Yeah.
We were following the snowplows up the French motorways. It was that much snow.
We had a lovely conversation about how the French highways agency is so much more efficient than the British ones.
Yes. And we'd taken our children with us. James at the time was 6, Emily was 3.
Yeah, 3.5.
So we've had the experience of the kids growing up visiting the parks as well. And then our first trip to Walt Disney World was in January of 2011. And this got titled the Conference Stowaway trip, because it was.
It was.
I was at university at the time. I'd gone back as a mature student, and Sharon
is an IT geek,
and was going out to an IBM conference.
which every year was held
In-
off-piste, January, February at it was at the Swan and Dolphin, which we lovingly refer to as the Swolphin. So I was going. Company had paid for my hotel. I bought a flight. It was dirt cheap. It was like 400 quid.
Yeah, with Virgin.
With Virgin, and I said, Sam, I've got a massive hotel room with 2 beds.
Do
Fancy
you want
coming?
to come? Who'd say no? So my university grant had just hit my bank account, and I think I was down in the travel agent about half an hour later booking a flight. I managed to get on the same flight as well.
You did. We even sat next to each other.
We actually sat next to each other.
You know, when you didn't have to pay to choose your seat. Way back that when.
Yeah. And you weren't paying extra to take a bag with you.
Yeah.
So that was our first trip to Walt Disney World together. I spent the week in the parks.
I didn't.
Sharon spent a week at the conference.
Yeah, which is it is work. It's hard work, but it is work. But it's also fun. So as well as, I mean, was it the Saturday? We flew on the Saturday. I had the Sunday off, so we did the Sunday together, didn't we? Did we go to Magic Kingdom?
Yes.
Yeah,
did Magic Kingdom, and then we had the last day together because Thursday night was the.
Didn't you come to the party?
I came to the party because that was when Universal Harry Potter.
It was when Harry Potter first opened. So at the conferences we used to have an after hours party where they'd hire out a section of a theme park just for us. So you know, you sometimes see at the parks when they say so closing for a private event, they kick you all out. Well, we were one of those people. So that year was when Harry Potter, which side was it? Hogwarts.
It was Islands of Adventure. They opened up.
Yeah, so it was Hogwarts. It had the what's the bloody ride called? Forbidden Journey. Forbidden Journey. Shut up.
It was still Dueling Dragons as well. It wasn't Hagrid's.
It wasn't Hagrid's.
So this was going back when.
Flight of the Hippogriff was next door.
Yeah.
Forbidden Journey, and obviously the whole shops, and it was, and that was the year of the Buttersbeer Bogey incident, which is on our titles, and we've spoken about on many occasions. I'm sure I've still got it up my nose.
Yeah, it was the year, and at these conference after parties,
there was beer,
and it was free beer. They're in like the big rubbish bins, like
makes it sound really attractive.
It was full of ice, and they had bottles of beer, bottles of wine, like the small individual bottles of wine, and peach tea and water. Just help yourself. And all the food outlets that were open were help yourself food
is it
as
the
well.
3 broomsticks that's in that side, or is it the other?
Yeah, 3 broomsticks.
Yeah, so that was open. So there was fish and chips. There was, can't remember what else we had.
No, we went to Cafe 4 and grabbed pizza.
Oh, that was right. Yeah, we went to Cafe 4 and grabbed pizza
because the queue for 3 broomsticks was massive.
Really yeah.
So that was our first trip. So I spent the week doing parks, and Sharon joined me for 2 days.
When I got back, and it was late nights for me. But sometimes I was back later than you, weren't I? One night.
Yeah. Sharon would get back about 2 o'clock in the morning.
One night I'd been escorted back to my room by my lovely Australian friend Matt Newman, whose knew Sam was staying with me.
Yeah.
And he opened the door and he went, shh, Sam might be asleep. And this little alarm woke, and she went, I'm awake. And all we heard from Matt was, Sammy! Like that at the top of his voice. And I went, shh, people are asleep. He's like, oh, people are asleep. And they crept out. And then we spent an hour chatting about everything you'd done for the day.
Yeah. Or if I didn't fancy spending an evening in the park, I'd meet them after the conference and would go into Kimonos.
Yeah.
The karaoke sushi bar in the Dolphin or Swan, one of the two. It's in one of them. And that's when we found Asahi beer.
Yeah.
So the conference trips were always fun. I managed to go on a couple of them over the years until they moved them to Las Vegas.
They moved the conference. It went to Las Vegas. It's so rude. Yeah.
And it meant I didn't get my free trips.
No.
So Sharon in real life is an IT.
I like a computer geek. I'm an IT consultant. I spend my day doing computery stuff, which is technical stuff, which is cool, and I really enjoy it. And it also means that I'm geeky enough to be able to edit our videos quickly. Yes. So it doesn't take me 4 days to do it. It takes us 20 minutes.
Which is what we've been doing. This is like Sunday. Are we Sunday? Yes.
We are.
It's Sunday afternoon, and we recorded a few videos last night, and Sharon's edited them this morning. So,
Over coffee and a chocolate biscuit.
Coffee and chocolate. Coffee solves everything.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I drink a lot. Do I drink a lot of coffee?
You do drink a lot of coffee. Yes.
This is rarely out of my hand. It will be coming with me when we go away again.
Yeah. It runs on coffee.
I do. I do run on coffee. I love coffee. Since I've given up drinking alcohol, which has been for about, I don't know, nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
I do drink more coffee now than I used to. I drink non-alcoholic beverages, obviously, but mainly coffee.
Yeah, and I had to give up drinking because of pain medication.
So you also drink coffee now?
So I drink a lot of coffee now, yes. And mocktails. So
I love mocktails.
So yeah, that's the reason I had to give up drinking was I have a lot of spinal issues. And obviously alcohol and strong pain medication don't mix.
Well, they do.
But they do, but it makes it interesting.
It also means that when we do our park days, although we don't waste any time, do we?
No.
We do get up at the crack of dawn.
I mean, we take it at it's not a mad pace, because I can't go at a mad pace anymore. You will see through past photos, and you'll see obviously when we do the live videos from the parks, I have to wear 2 knee braces. I have a back brace on, and I sometimes have to use crutches as well. So
crutches is always funny, especially when you get them stuck down the tram tracks at the Magic Kingdom.
Has happened, yes.
Shouldn't laugh, sorry.
Or trying to get them through security is always another fun thing. But yeah, so we go at a pace that's comfortable for us.
We call it a bimble.
Yeah, it's a bimble. Yeah. We use like bimble around the parks. And yes, there will be times we'll sit down for half hour watching a parade or a show or something, but we're not sitting down doing nothing.
No. If we leave a park, it's to go to another park. It's not to go and sit somewhere, unless we're having a food.
Yeah.
And we've booked foods from somewhere specific. Although normally, if we're going to have food, we'll have it in the park room, won't we? We won't go outside.
No,
food.
Very rarely do we ever, unless there's something we really want to do in one of the resort hotels.
Yeah.
Like if we wanted to go to say Sana's, we'd go to a resort hotel, but then we'd be back in the park.
Yeah. Because our time is precious.
And we paid a lot for the holidays, like everybody,
Although we do it on I'm tight. That's the wrong word.
No, it's right.
We are tight. We do it on a budget because while we're there, we want to be able to spoil ourselves by, we do like our food, and we might have mentioned it 1 or 2 times that we'd like a bit. You and your bloody cake.
But yeah, we'd rather have food for souvenirs, shopping, enjoying ourselves while we're out there than spending a fortune on a resort that we're not going to be at.
No.
I said it'd be different if the kids were little. Then maybe we would pay more for a resort so there was more facilities for the kids. But we're too grown up, adult, not grown up, adult women.
Funny.
So we basically just use a hotel to sleep.
Yeah, as long as it's got a decent shower, a comfy bed, that'll do.
Yeah,
that'll do. We
and
don't
preferably
do
a coffee machine or Starbucks. She doesn't like Starbucks.
I'm not a Starbucks. I'll drink it if I have to. But yeah.
Under duress.
Under duress. Or to be fair, Starbucks in the US is way better than Starbucks in the UK.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's the milk, the beans. I don't know whether it's because people have got personality that make it. Don't know. Sorry, Starbucks UK people.
Me in my everyday life,
You've retired.
I've retired, yeah. Up until last December, I used to own my own shop. It was a gift shop, but unfortunately my health deteriorated so much that I had to give up that. I had to close shop, and I'm now back being a student. I'm doing a degree with the Open University, so that's what I do every day, is sit and read books.
That's not all you do every day.
That's not all I do every day, but that's
You're
the majority.
On the dip. You're scanning all the blogs. You're stalking when we can get Disneyland APs again.
I do a lot of research.
She does a lot of research. That's why whenever we're doing videos, Sam does a lot of when we're doing videos together, Sam does a lot of the talking because Sam has got time now.
Yes,
She's
retired
to do a shed load of research. I'll bleep that bit out. Okay. A shed load of research. Whereas I'm a casual researcher, unless it comes to Epic Universe, and then I'm on it.
Yeah, then that's hers. She does Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Hobbies. Now, Sharon mentioned my hobby in her Epic Universe video.
Oh yeah. Ask Sam about her pageants. When you see
Yes,
her.
I do beauty pageants. So it's not as many as I have done previously, because obviously my health doesn't allow me to do them back to back anymore. So I'll do one now and it'll take me 2 to 3 weeks to recover. So but I still enjoy them. I still do them. I'm lucky in that pageants in the UK are inclusive, so it doesn't matter if you've got a disability. But everyone's really welcoming and I enjoy them. So,
and she's got the hair for it.
And I've got the hair.
I haven't got the hair for it.
We'll put a photo in of what I look like at a pageant. It's
I'll put many
different.
photos of what you look like at a pageant.
Just one. Just need one.
So many good ones to choose.
So I look totally different to I look now. But that's my hobby, is pageants. So, and Sharon.
Well, you don't just do that. We haven't done it for a while, but we are very into cosplaying.
Yes.
We've not really done much since COVID, because COVID sort of killed everything.
A lot of the sci-fi conventions are just really starting back up this year. So it'd be nice to see. I mean, obviously I went to Celebration a little while ago, which go and look at the video and you'll see my day at Celebration.
Yep, Ben all costumed up.
So I mean, we used to work for an amazing charity called iCosplay that gave us so many opportunities to attend the big London Comic-Cons.
And we've met a lot of really cool people that we stayed friends with people across the country and the world that costume. So.
And we had the chance to meet a lot of the film stars. I've got a funny story. For people of our age, obviously you would know Lou Ferrigno, who was the Incredible Hulk on the TV series. And obviously back then there was no CGI. He was sprayed green, and he was the Incredible Hulk. And James must have been about 10 at the time. And he was like, who's that? Why do you want to meet him? I said, well, when I was growing up, he was the Incredible Hulk. And he looked at me in disgust and went, how did you live with that? So we didn't have much choice. That was.
But he's massive. He's awesome.
And he's lovely. So we've been really lucky with the fact that we've met a lot of people. Chris Barry from Red Dwarf was one of the charity's patrons.
Yeah, he's a lovely, lovely man.
So we met him on a regular basis.
Yeah,
and he was lovely.
And a lot of the a lot of the people that played sort of like the bit parts. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong word. Smaller roles in Star Wars. The original Star Wars trilogy. We got to know a lot of those guys, and I'm still friends with lots of them as well, which is great, because it's so good that we've that cons have started again, because that means that they could get out and supplement their meager income and they love the fans. And we've been very lucky over the years from cosplay, and we got to meet Dave Prowse, who played Darth Vader. She's got a funny story about that as well.
The wheelchair story.
Yes.
Yeah, the wheelchair story is good. Carry on though. I'll tell that.
Oh yeah, and Jeremy Bulloch, who played the original Boba Fett. Boba Fett is my favourite Star Wars character. I am let me get out of the way. Yeah, that's my Boba Fett shrine. I've got a lot of things that have been signed by Jeremy Bulloch, and he was an absolutely lovely man, and we met him on loads of times, didn't we?
Yeah, he was lovely. So we've been really lucky.
Yeah.
But the wheelchair story, right. We were at Collectomania in Milton Keynes, at the Milton Keynes Arena.
Yeah.
And our iCosplay stall was next to Dave Prowse's signing table. And I'd gone to the toilet, and my knees, it was the beginning of my knees playing. I've got osteoarthritis in both knees. And my knees were starting to play up then. And Dave had just had knee replacements, so he was in a wheelchair. And I was coming back from the toilet. He was coming back from a photograph opportunity that they do. And he started talking to me. He went, where are you going? I said, I'm going back to the table. He's like, oh, you're next to me, aren't you? I said, yeah. He said, "Jump on, I'll give you a ride." So I came back to the table, sat on Dave Prowse's lap, while his assistant pushed both of us round the whole of the top of.
It was hilarious. I
The
was like, what are you
Milton
doing?
It's like getting a ride.
Not many people can say they've had a ride on Darth Vader's lap, can they?
No, I'm glad you specified lap. So yeah, we've had so many amazing, memories just from doing conventions, working at conventions,
making costumes for conventions.
Making costumes. There was one time I was a huge Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan.
Fangirl.
Yeah, James Masters was as Spike was my ultimate, and I had a stall because before I had the shop, I used to actually sell at conventions for 7 years before, and we'd gone down to Birmingham Showmasters sci-fi convention, and I'm known to have a bladder like a camel. So
complete opposite of me.
She's the opposite. She's got teacup bladder, I've got camel bladder. And I could go all day at a convention and not need to go to the toilet. And by lunchtime, I'd been to the toilet 3 times. This one, because she was helping with the stall, I said, "Are you okay? Are you feeling all right? You've got any problems?" No, I'm fine. She's like, "What's over there then?"
Yeah, exactly. What's over there? Because you never go. Like, no. Do you need the loo? I think, no, I'm fine.
James Masters was over there. His sign-in desk was in front of the trader toilets, so you had to go past James Masters. So yeah, I went back and forth a few times.
You never even went to the bloody toilet, did you? You went in there, but
I went in, getting like sneaky photos on the way past. But yeah, and said I've managed to get my son, my elder son. He was a huge boxing fan. Got him Carl Weathers photo autograph, who played Apollo Creed in Rocky. So I was the best mum in the world for that one. So yeah, we've had a lot of opportunities through cosplay, and it's been a great experience. And obviously future plans include celebration in Japan.
It also includes going to MegaCon when we go to
February. Yeah, we've got MegaCon in February.
And we've already closeted cosplayed ideas, haven't we? Because obviously, we're going on limited bag space. I can't take my Mandalorian armor in hand baggage, can I?
Ben's planning on doing that to Japan though.
What, hand baggage in his whole costume?
No, because when we fly to Japan, you get 25 kilos included. So I think he's taking his Rebel Trooper out, which means my case will have to be both our clothes.
Of course.
So, but anyway, that's future plans.
Yeah, so MegaCon, we're closet cosplaying. Obviously, you've seen my unboxing video for my Ahsoka park ears, so I'm going to be Ahsoka in the park because I've also got the her universe Ahsoka tunic.
Yeah.
So I can just wear the top and the ears and a pair of leggings. So that's me sorted. What are you doing?
I don't know. I've got my Slave Leia t-shirt.
Yeah, you could do Slave Leia. You can put your hair up in buns because you've got hair to do that.
I've got enough hair to do
envy. That. You may have noticed on all of videos, I play with my hair. I have no hair. My hair is really thin. It's thin and wispy. It's always been thin and wispy. It's rubbish. More hair falls out of Sam's head in the shower than I have on my head. Her hair is incredibly thick.
Yeah.
My hair isn't.
Yeah. I've got a lot of hair. Always have had, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes. Only problem is it's very hot when you're in Florida.
Yeah, so I don't suffer. I have a baseball cap on. And she's like,
she gets sunstroke.
Yeah, I get. Aren't you hot? Nope.
Yeah, my eyes like melt with the heat from my head. So yeah, your other hobby, your main hobby.
Oh, my ponies.
Yes, the ponies.
Yeah, I have ponies. I do a lot of riding. Anyone that follows me on any social media anywhere will see there's random pictures of me sitting on a horse or in a field with a horse or doing something with a horse. So I've got 3 ponies. Yes. Why did you pull that face?
Doing something with a horse.
Brushing them, feeding them, petting them, being nice to them, picking up their poo.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Shoveling poo.
Yes.
So yeah, but I've got ponies which keep me sane and they get me out a lot. But as Sam says, I do suffer with the sun, don't I?
You can get sunburned by opening the fridge.
Yeah. So if there's any sun, like the videos we recorded last night, I've looked quite sun-kissed because I didn't realise, although it wasn't hot yesterday, it was obviously sunny, and I got a bit sun-touched on my cheeks.
Yeah. So
in Florida,
factor 50, baseball cap, t-shirt, watch Sharon turn red.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
I have to factor 50 multiple times a day.
Yeah, whereas I don't wear anything.
Because although I've got dark hair, I'm very fair-skinned. I should have been ginger.
Yeah, should have been, definitely. Likes between, I think we've covered really. Likes, you know, obviously we've got cosplay, got both music nuts, different tastes in music.
Oh yeah, some of your music tastes are very different to mine.
Yeah, Robbie Williams. Yeah. I do like Robbie Williams. I've been to see him.
And you quite like a bit of country and western.
I do like a bit of country and western.
Country and western.
She hates country and western.
That's up there with Top Gun and Bloody Frozen. And certain bloggers that we won't mention.
So yeah, we both like music, both very different tastes in music. Unless we're travelling to Disneyland Paris and then the Disney.
It's Disney music. Music from Disney films. We like Star Wars music. We like Harry Potter music. We like film music, don't we, as well?
Yeah. As long as it's not Top Gun.
As long as it's not. Actually, I like Kenny Loggins, so I prefer the music more than the bloody film.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Do we have to talk about Top Gun?
Pet peeves.
Yeah, when we get to that, we'll talk about bloody Top Gun.
It's next.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
We need to talk about more stuff we like first.
Oh, I want to go to pet peeves. Much more fun. I like
sharks.
She does like sharks.
Jaws is my favourite film.
She has a shrine to Jaws.
I do have a shrine to Jaws.
Yes.
And I do have quite a lot of Jaws memorabilia, and I've spent far too much money on Jaws related things than ever could have possibly been done. I would love a Jaws tattoo, but I've run out of places where I could reasonably put one.
I mean, Sharon's Jaws fixation is one of the reasons why we're planning to go to California.
Yeah.
Because it's the only place where the Jaws ride still is.
Yeah. And
through watching Molly from the Mammoths Club's recent trip to California, we found out about the Academy Award Museum.
Yeah.
That has a Bruce.
It's got a Bruce. It's got
an original Bruce.
The only surviving original Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously that's been added to the list for California trip.
Yeah.
So yes, that's why. And obviously we then found out that Tokyo Universal not only still has the Jaws ride, but it has a Jaws restaurant,
Jaws food,
and a Jaws shop. So so that was another tick for Tokyo, as well as Celebration and Tokyo Disney. So that added a few days on to the Tokyo. This happens. We plan stuff and then we find out stuff and it gets added on.
Yeah, so it was this trip that was going to be
7 days. Originally 7 days. February was meant to be originally 7 days.
And it went to 10.
Then it went to 10. And now it's 11.
No, it's not. It's 13 now.
Is it 13?
Yeah, if you include travelling days, it's 13.
Okay. Might as well make it around 14. No,
we can't. With
flights are booked. Yeah, we can't add anything on now. Flights are done. Right, come on then. Pet peeves. Here we go.
You can go first. Don't look at me.
My pet peeves.
Oh, please. You must have some.
Park-wise, I'd say tour groups in Florida.
You love them.
Oh no, I don't. If I see a flag coming, I'm walking the other way. So yeah, they're not all Brazilian tour groups, but yeah, tour groups with singing, chanting, clapping.
Oh, there you
35
really like
teenagers. I tend to walk the other way. I'm not a lover of being in the same area. I think it's my age. Haven't had a teenager at home. I don't want to deal with teenagers on holiday. So yeah, nothing else. Horror films. I don't do horror films.
That is one of your massive pet peeves. As much as you'd love to do a horror night at Universal.
No,
there's no way we could.
No.
I'd love to do it for the experience of the food and the atmosphere and stuff, but I don't do horror films. You don't do horror, especially anything with zombies.
Oh no, can't do zombies. No, it's the noise. You turn the noise off.
Turn the noise off a zombie.
Turn the noise
off. They don't have volume.
Why not? Yeah, I don't do horror at all. I am the biggest wuss in the world. If we go anywhere for Halloween, especially to Florida, I will be the one at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. And my partner has been told that if we do ever do Florida together at Halloween, because he'd love to go to Halloween Horror Nights. He is the biggest horror fan.
That's what he does when we're together doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He catches up on all these horror films. He's
Yeah.
not allowed to watch.
If I'm out, either work, if I'm at a pageant or if I'm down here with Sharon filming videos, then
or we're away.
He will spend the whole time I'm away catching up on horror films because I just can't watch them. No. I don't like them. True crime, serial killer documentaries, I'm there. I'm for it. I go to sleep with them.
But not horror films.
No. No, I can't do horror films. So that's my sort. That's the main pet peeve. Horror films, horror in general.
For the park?
I just thought of that one because I know I've dealt with them lots. So I
don't really have a pet peeve. I don't think.
Can't think of one.
But I don't.
Well, I thought one.
What?
Frozen.
That's on my list anyway. Bloody Frozen. Sorry, Frozen. I am all Frozened out, which is why I don't like Frozen. But I did promise. Is it the last video we've just recorded, the June one?
Yeah, June one.
The June one. I have promised that I will do the. Was it the sing along?
Frozen.
One?
Yeah, Frozen sing along.
I've promised Sam that we'll do the Frozen sing along for Sam.
Yes.
Which will be enough to tip me back over bloody Frozen.
Yeah, back to I can't stand any more Frozen.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. Sorry. I know it's quite a good film. Well, it was the first time I watched it. I thought, oh, this is quite nice. It's not up there with Rapunzel. Out of the new modern princess films, I think Rapunzel's probably
Tangled.
My favourite. Yep, Tangled. Frozen.
See, I love the soundtrack for Moana.
Still not seen Moana. It's on my list.
The soundtrack's brilliant.
Okay. Yeah. My top hatred of things is Top Gun. I have a massive hatred for Top Gun.
Yeah, and it's prime material for.
There is good reason. I mean,
good reason. Come on then.
Okay. It's not my cup of tea. Film wise, it's not. I love action movies and stuff that's going on. It's not that I don't like Tom Cruise, because I do like Tom Cruise. I like Days of Thunder. He was very good in that. That's in a car, not in a plane.
That's in a car, not in a plane. Yes.
I don't know. There's something about Top Gun that really does wind me up.
A lot.
To the point where one of my bestest friends thought it would be an excellent idea to Photoshop my head on Tom Cruise's head, photocopy it 1,000,000 times. So when I went into the office after I'd been on holiday, there was 400 pictures of me as Tom Cruise everywhere in the office.
But it was so well done. It was so well done.
We'll post the bloody picture of it up.
So well done.
But when I left that particular job, I was still finding me as bloody Tom Cruise pictures everywhere. When I emptied my drawers out, there was photos of me as Tom Cruise in every other page of one of the books that I'd bought that was in the bottom of my drawer. They were in my shoes. It was in the toilets. I used to get to the office early in the morning, so Kevin, bless him, who'd stuck them all up, he'd done it the night before, knowing that I'd get in at 7 o'clock in the morning and I would see me as Tom Cruise everywhere. And it was in the man's toilets as well. Obviously, I didn't go in the men's toilets. I think it was who got into work? It might have been Dave who got into work. He used to sit opposite me. He went, "Why are you in the men's toilets?" And I'm like, "I'm here. I'm not in the men's toilets." He said, "No, that picture of you is in the men's toilets." He says, "It's on the mirror. It's in the sink. It's on all this. It's on the urinals. It's on the wall. It's on the inside the cubicles. It's on the back of the door." There was like 400 photos of me as Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it was funny. Knowing Sharon's love of Top Gun.
Because everybody that I know knows I hate Top Gun with a passion.
Yeah.
If anyone posts anything, a meme, when the new movie came out, I got tagged in every single trailer for it that anyone had ever posted on Facebook. When it's on the telly, I'll get someone going, "Oh, did you know Top Gun's on the telly tonight? It's like, yes. Yeah.
We are lovely friends, honestly.
I don't like Top Gun.
We know. Right, moving on to some of our favourite things.
Yay!
now.
Which isn't Top Gun or bloody Frozen.
These are our favourite Disney things, because obviously, we're mainly a Disney channel. So
We're still noobs when it
Yeah,
comes
we're
to
still
Universal, aren't we?
yeah, so these are our favourite Disney things. So favourite Disney park.
Well, it's got to be Hollywood Studios for me because it's got all the Star Wars stuff. Although I'm still yet to experience Galaxy's Edge in its full glory.
Oh, I can't wait to video.
There will be video evidence of me.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to be like the Duracell bunny, or I'm going to be a blubbering emotional wreck.
Yeah, in 2019, my partner and I did a trip, and it was like a 5-day quick trip, and we spent one day in Disney Hollywood Studios because Galaxy's Edge had just opened. And as you walk through the tunnel into Galaxy's Edge and it just opens out, Ben sort of like started blubbing. He had tears, and he doesn't cry. He's just one of these people that just does not cry. You might get one single tear out of him, but he was blubbing. I've waited 40 years for this. And then he was like the Duracell bunny, going everywhere trying to do everything. So yeah, that's.
Well, I was a bit like that at Hollywood Studios with just the bloody
launch bay.
With just the launch bay and Star Tours.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
I usually ride Star Tours between 10 and 15 times if I go on a 5-day trip. That's how much I love it. And I don't care if I get the same ending.
No,
sorry. It's lucky you like it.
I do like it, luckily. For me, it's Epcot. Epcot is my favourite park. I don't know why. It's just.
I do like Epcot. There's lots to do.
There's lots to do. It's
lots to eat.
And it changed a lot. I've always said that the Disney parks in the evenings take on a completely different atmosphere. They're so good with their lighting, but Epcot just takes on. It is like a totally different park in the evenings. So yeah, for me, Epcot's my favourite park, especially in festival times when there's a festival.
Oh, well, I'm yet to do festival.
Yes, yeah. So when the festivals are on, it gives it, and each different festival gives the park a different feel as well. So it's park of many layers. It's like an onion. What have we got next? Favourite ride?
Well, we're not including Star Tours. That's probably my most ridden ride.
Right, okay, we could do favourite ride in Magic Kingdom. Go.
It's got to be Pirates.
Yeah, for me as well. Pirates of the Caribbean. Favourite ride in Disney Hollywood Studios?
Well, for me, currently, it's Star Tours.
Currently. Because she hasn't been on Galaxy's Edge
I
yet.
haven't been in Galaxy's Edge yet.
For me, it's Smuggler's Run. But I haven't done Rise yet. Yeah, Rise wasn't open when we were in Galaxy's Edge, so. But Rise is just something. But then Midway Mania.
I do love Midway Mania.
So it's between them two.
But you do get a sore arm.
You do get a sore right arm, yeah. So between Smuggler's Run and Midway Mania, I think Midway Mania might just edge it, just for the comedy value. So yeah. Animal Kingdom.
Not really much I can ride in the Animal Kingdom. So currently it's Soarin'.
Soarin's in Hollywood, in Epcot.
Oh bugger! That's because I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's Pandora. I'm thinking of
Pandora.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't think I've done a lot of rides because I don't do the scary ones.
No, see, for me it's Everest.
See, well, in which case then, if it's a ride we're talking about, it'll be the safari because that's all I do.
Yeah, the safari's all right.
I do not.
Yeah, but for me it's Everest. Where we're going next?
Yet to get my arse on.
Epcot rides.
Go. Oh, now I'm going Soaring.
Now you're going Soaring. Obviously we haven't done Guardians or Ratatouille. We've done Ratatouille in Paris.
Ratatouille's in Paris.
Not done it in
Epcot.
Epcot yet. And Guardians we haven't done
because it wasn't open.
It wasn't open. We were there. But I actually like Living with the Land.
Tell you why.
I think that is one of my favourites in Epcot. So yes, right. Favourite meal.
Oh, this is hard.
Now, before we started filming, this was like we can't choose. It's like, what do we do? So favourite counter service, quick service. I know they've taken yours away. So
I was gonna say the lovely waffle fries that you used to get from the little thing next to the shack.
Open trading post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've taken those lovely waffle fries away.
Yes.
I loved those. I must have had them, I don't know, 10 or 15 times when I've been out there.
Yeah.
It was a snack credit.
Yes.
On the dining plan.
Yes. So what are you going to go for now then?
I might go for a hot dog at Starlight Race Cosmic Cafe.
Ah, okay. Quick service for me is Columbia Harbour House. I love that place.
You've mentioned that more than one occasion.
Columbia Harbour House. Especially if you can get a seat upstairs overlooking Haunted Mansion. It's really good. Did we do Magic Kingdom favourite ride?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did Pirates. Yeah.
You're easily distracted. So see, look, we just literally switched to food, and a millisecond, and your brain has gone.
Yeah.
Oh, food. Did
we? Table service. Favourite
table service. Are we counting table service or table service buffet?
Either. Oh yeah, buffet is table service. Yeah.
Okay, so probably the one that I've enjoyed the most, just because of the sheer variety, is Akka's House.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've done breakfast and dinner in there, and it's been amazing. I think I've done breakfast in there twice and dinner in there once, and it's been absolutely spot on every time.
My favourite's got to be Sana. I've only done it once, but it was so good. I know it's in a hotel, it's not in the parks, but the bread service at Sana.
You love a bit of bread, don't you?
I like bread. So the bread service was really good, and obviously sat there, you can look out and you've got the savannah with the giraffes and zebras and everything else. It's really good. My favourite character. Go on, Sharon.
If we're talking costume character,
yes,
my favourite character is Stitch.
Yes,
closely followed by Eel.
Yes,
we're talking Star Wars character.
No, we're talking okay. Park characters.
Park character is Stitch.
Yeah.
I like Stitch.
You do like Stitch, yes. You like Stitch lots. Everything is Stitch. I'm
not one of these. I'm not completely obsessed though. I'm wearing a Stitch t-shirt.
No, the other way. There.
Behind your head, there's Stitches. Behind your head, there's a Yoda Stitch, a pirate Stitch, and there's a sorcerer Mickey Stitch that you can't see because he's nuzzled away behind that lays that we got from our harness.
For me, it's either the Evil Queen or Maleficent.
I didn't know we were talking the villains.
You can't favourite character.
All right. No, can we do favourite character and then favourite villain, please?
Okay. So favourite character is Captain Jack Sparrow.
That's easy.
There you go. Favourite villain. Go on.
Captain Hook.
And mine's either of the queens.
Oh, you can't see him. There he is. Captain Hook. He's my favourite.
Right. Things we miss about the parks that not miss in general, but things that aren't there anymore.
Well, Stitch's Great Escape because that was fun.
Yep.
We had a list.
We had a very long list of things we missed. We're going to do. We have got a video planned of.
I missed those bloody waffle fries that I've just spoken about.
We're going to do a video of things we miss that were obviously we've seen over the years and aren't there anymore.
Yep.
Like things like shows, rides, food. So it's just one thing now that we've missed.
One thing.
Yeah, one thing.
Oh, as much as I love Stitch, I'm just going to say the waffle fries.
Mine is the Main Street Electrical Parade,
and that's that, and that too.
Really missed that. It was amazing.
I've seen it twice. Emily wasn't into fireworks, or fireworks made a jump the first time I took her out there. So we went and watched the Main Street Electrical Parade every night. That for the week really we were
there. Dream home. If we had the choice to stay at any Disney hotel, which one would it be?
Oh, we both got the same
We
one.
both got the same, yeah. And that's the Poly.
Polynesian, yep.
Yeah, the Poly, it would be
If we could stay in that and it would be our dream hotel and we could have a week in there or whatever, could we get breakfast every day with it too?
no, you don't get breakfast in Disney hotels.
Yeah, but could we?
We could, yeah, we could go to Ohana's every morning for breakfast.
Good.
Well, we can alternate between Ohana's
Mm-hmm.
and Captain Cook's, because Captain Cook's do Tonga toast.
Oh, excellent.
So we could, yeah, alternate between Ohana's and Captain Cook's.
Okay. I can live with that.
Dream holiday. So in the Polynesian bungalows on the lake would be amazing. But just any room in the Polynesian I'll take.
Even the broom closet.
Yeah.
Give us a sleeping bag, would be good.
A lift, but yeah, so I've always loved the Polynesian. For the first time I set foot in there, I was like,
It is really lovely.
I don't like the contemporary. It's too I mean, obviously I haven't seen I've seen videos of the new Incredibles rooms, but I just don't like the inside of the contemporary. It's too
Looks like a breeze block, doesn't
stark for me. The Grand Floridian just hasn't got, as beautiful as it is, and it is stunning. For me, it lacks character compared to the Polynesian. So that's why. I mean, I had my wedding photos done in the Grand Floridian.
Is that your second wedding photos?
Shut up. Yes. Yeah, Mike and I got married on Cocoa Beach. And we had 2 weeks honeymoon sort of thing. So we were out there for a week, got married on Cocoa Beach. Then we 10 days out there, got married on Cocoa Beach, then had another 4 days. And we booked the day after we got married, we stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge the night we got married, and then the day after we booked a photo session at the Grand Floridian. So we did actually I've got wedding photos session in the Grand Floridian. So it's a beautiful hotel, don't get me wrong, but character-wise for me, the Poly beats it. So definitely.
And Stitch lives in the Poly, so that's good enough for me.
And Stitch lives in the Poly, yes.
I bet I could get Hawaiian pizza in there without being judged.
The great debate. Let us know in the comments. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
We both say yes. So
my Italian friend Roberto says no, I'm a heretic and I should be burnt at the stake for even suggesting such a thing.
So yes, let us know in the comments. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Right. Blah, blah. One thing we've both done, now this was on both our bucket lists, and that was to run in a Run Disney event.
Yeah.
And when we first met, and it was something that came up, we both want to do this. And that I don't even run for a bus, so it was completely out of character, but it was like, we've got to do it. So in 2010 there was only the Race Disney events in Florida and California.
We thought we'd end up having to do a princess one, because that usually fell in around the same time that I would be conferencing. And
then in 2016 or 2015, they announced they were bringing the Race Disney events the Run Disney events, to Paris. And we got a little bit excited.
Just a tiny bit.
A lot of squealing, a lot of jumping up and down, lots of, we have to do this.
Yeah.
And we did. We did.
Eventually, after the trauma of having to buy
trying to get race places used to involve 2 of us, both on laptops, both on computers, both fingers at ready,
and phones at the same time.
And, like every electronic every electric device you could find that was connected to the internet would be ready to press the buttons to try and get places.
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris or Run Disney France weren't always great with their IT.
That's the polite way of putting it.
I was being polite. Quite frequently the system crashed within 10 minutes and would be out for about 3 days. But we managed to get places for the first I did the first 3 years. Sharon did the first 4 years. The 5th year, unfortunately, was cancelled because of the pandemic, and they haven't started back up in France yet. But first year was a 5K and the half marathon, and I did both. You did the 5K.
Yeah, I'm not stupid enough to do a half marathon. You wouldn't catch me. You won't catch me doing anything like that, I said.
She's done too. Then the next year we did the 5 and the 10.
Yep.
I did the 5. You did the 5 and 10.
Yeah, and then your other half said, "We've done this 10K's easy."
Yeah, because in the second year, Ben joined us along with 2 other amazing team members we had.
Yeah, Mandy and
Jonathan. And James was old enough to do the 5K. So we had a great bunch, great team come out. And when we first set about doing the Run Disney events, we're like, well, should we do them for charity as well? Which, we thought if we're going out there, we might as well.
We were going to run them anyway.
We were going to run them anyway. We were like,
right. Run.
Fast bimble.
Yeah.
Fast bimble round. And so we decided to raise money for charity. And the charity we chose was Feel the Force Day.
Yeah.
And
best convention ever.
Yeah, Feel the Force Day is the only sci-fi convention aimed at both the physical and sensory disabled. They do an amazing job. They are back next year after having had their break because of the pandemic.
Yep, they had break because of the pandemic, family problems, bereavement. It was just like the world was against them.
Yeah.
And it's 2 guys, JJ and Simon, that do all of this in their spare time, in between being carers and full-time work.
Yeah.
And they put this convention on for people that can't go to standard
who find it difficult to go to standard conventions.
Because
because of accessibility issues, due to not being not just accessibility, but also accessible in the form of not being able to, if you're deaf, not being able to hear what's going on, if you're blind, not being able to touch anything. At Feel the Force Day, all that is covered and more. It's all the costumers, all the cosplayers are there. 1 are DBS checked, and 2 agree that someone with sight issues can feel their costumes, so they know they can see what a Wookiee feels like, or what the armor of a stormtrooper's like. They also provide audio tracks for visually impaired as well. So it's an amazing day. Loved it every time we've gone, and we were really pleased to be able to raise money for them.
I think we've raised over the years nearly £3,000, which is pretty good, isn't it, considering it's just the 2 of us?
And so this is what we decided to do, and it was an amazing feeling to actually know that we could do something to help them, because they do just run on charitable donations.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward, obviously, to them being back next year. Hopefully, Run Disney France comes
pull
back
their finger out
next year. We don't know whether, obviously, there's no news from Run Disney France as to when these races are going to be back. Obviously, Paris has the Summer Olympics next year. So I don't know whether they're going to hold back because of that, or bring it in back because of that.
Who knows?
We will know probably about 6 months before the events.
Yeah, and then it'll be a mad scramble.
And there'll be a mad scramble again for.
The medals are absolutely gorgeous, though.
Yeah, the medals are stunning.
I'll put some photos up of the medals.
Yeah, and I know that year we went out with everyone. We got such a haul of medals, sort of thing, because everyone come back with 2 or 3. So and
the year after Ben had suggested after the 10K,
Ben finished. They finished the 10K. James and I were watching and videoing, because we used to do live reports from there. And Ben finished the 10K bouncing like on such a he was bouncing worse than Tigger. He was on such a high from doing it. He's like, oh, we can do this. I could do a half marathon now. Why don't we do that next year? Sharon said yes. So
what I was thinking, it must have been the adrenaline. It must have been the dopamine. What's it called when you get all like all pumped up from running?
So the
jogging.
following year, they did the challenge. They did the 5K, the 10K, and the half marathon,
which is a lot considering it's over
in 2 days.
It's in 2.5 days.
2.5 days.
Yeah, but you did the 5 and the 10, didn't you?
Yeah, we did the 5 and the 10, because James was then old enough to do the 10K. So we did the 5 and the 10K as a 4.
Yeah, we were stormtroopers.
We were
for the
stormtroopers for the 10K, and then you and Ben did the half marathon.
Yes, we did.
With Ben as Tinkerbell.
Yeah, secret costume
that got announced on the morning.
It was, what was it? Was it French? Was it friendship or duos or something? It was the theme.
No, wasn't it? Because it was villains theme that year.
Yeah, but the
it was something in their sidekicks. Villains and their sidekicks.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So yeah.
So I obviously went for Captain Hook because he's my favourite villain, and then they wouldn't tell me what Ben was costuming as. I had kind of had an inkling that it would be something crazy because that's the kind of person he is. But never in my wildest dreams did I think that at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was,
half past four,
we were standing in a cold car park in Disneyland Paris, and Ben was getting changed into a Tinkerbell costume
with blonde wig.
And a magic wand.
And a magic wand, yes.
I will put some photos up of him.
Yeah, blonde wig, magic wand, little green mini dress.
That's brilliant.
And a beard.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the beard that made it, I think. So yeah, and then the 4th year, unfortunately, Ben and I couldn't make it out there, so Sharon was on her own.
Oh my God, it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
It was horrible. Watching it from my end was horrible. Never want to do that again.
It was
never.
You don't realise just how much your friends are with you, even when you're running it. Because I was by myself. I wasn't with anyone else that I knew. Although the other people I knew were there, they weren't near me. So I literally had to do all of it on my own, and it was flipping. I nearly swore then. It was ever so tough.
But she did it. She did do it. I had her husband giving me constant updates of where she was on the course, and never doing that one again.
Yeah.
No, too hard for both of us.
Yeah.
For me being left behind and Sharon doing it on her own, never happening again. never. Obviously I don't know. I know I'll be able to do the 5K, hopefully.
Yeah, we don't know how much. I really hope Ben can do the longer races with me. Mind you saying that, because my knees are bad as well due to injuries and God knows what. I don't know how long it'll be before I have to stop
doing long
distances as well. So if they bring it back in the next couple of years, I'm gonna get another challenge done while I can still do it.
Yeah, I mean, I should be able to manage a 5K because the 5K out there isn't timed. So I can bimble round on crutches if need be. 10K I think now would be too much for me. So I
could put you in a wheelchair, but then we'd have to push you.
Exactly. Yeah. You have a choice. You can push me around it.
Mandy did a brilliant job of pushing Jonathan around.
Jonathan has cerebral palsy, and he has a very large, very supportive wheelchair, and
which is not light.
No, it's not light. And Mandy pushed him around the 5K and the 10K, and she did hats off to Mandy. She did an amazing job. And Mandy has gone on to run the London Marathon.
Yeah, Mandy's kept running.
Yeah, Mandy has kept running, and she's done the London Marathon, and so I
think she's done the Great North Run as well.
She's done she's done quite a few.
She's done a few. She's
races since.
Brilliant. She puts us to shame with our bimbling around half a marathon.
So these events, the Run Disney France events, get people from all over the world. The Americans get the option to do the Castle to Castle challenge. So if they do a half marathon in Florida and then do a half marathon in Paris, they get their Castle to Chateau medal. That was the Castle to Chateau. So you do get a lot of Americans in. You get people from all over Europe.
Get a lot of serious runners as well.
A lot of serious runners, yeah. So and then there's us buffoons at the back, or not. The way they do the corrals were quite I
We
think we got
ended-
B at some
We
stage.
ended up quite near the front, which is good because we're not quite as fast because we're crippled.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they bring them back in enough time that I can do one more. If I don't get to do one more, I will be on the sidelines with
Crying. But you get very emotional, don't you?
I do get very emotional, yeah. I am known for not being able to shut up.
You were speechless.
And the first year we hit our target, we hit our fundraising target when we finished the 5K. And Sharon let me know that we'd hit the target, and we went live. We were in a little corner of Disneyland Paris that's on the way out to the car parks. There's a little hidey picnic area, and we were sat there, and I was speechless. I could not talk. I didn't know what to say. All I could say was thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Which is, considering you're very well known. Whenever we do the fundraising, she's well known for her Bob Geldof videos.
Yeah.
Give us your money. She doesn't actually. You haven't been known to swear before, but yeah,
I have been known to swear. Yeah.
She does a bit Bob Geldof.
Yeah. On the run up to it, it's like we want to hit our targets. We had like £1,000 target, and we wanted to hit that. And
because £1,000 is an awful lot of help for Simon and JJ to put Phil the Fourth Day on.
Yeah, and with the amount of friends between the two of us we had on Facebook, it wasn't a lot of money. So
it was £1 each.
It was £1 each, and we managed to hit the target by the time we'd finished the 5K. And Sharon got the notification at the end of the 5K. We went live, and I couldn't talk.
That's brilliant.
All I kept saying was thank you.
It's the only time in the however many, how long have I known you now? 13 years that I've ever known you've been speechless.
Yeah.
You didn't know what to say. You were like,
I couldn't talk. But yeah, we've hit these targets, and to know the amount of money we've raised to help them, and it's such a good cause, such a very small charity that isn't well known. They should be, with what they do, they should be known better. So yeah, hopefully we get to do it again at least once.
Yeah.
Said if I can't do it, I will be there as chief videographer, fundraiser coordinator.
Bob Geldof.
Costume maker. So yeah, that will be my role in it. So future plans.
Oh, we've got so many. Obviously, funds permitting.
Yes.
But as we've always said before, we're a bit tight and we like to do things on a budget.
Yeah, we can manage. We find ways.
We find a way, yeah.
Obviously, this year, hopefully, we are waiting for Disneyland Paris to bring back the sale of annual passes.
Yeah. It's a long wait. I just can't believe that literally the week we made the decision.
The week after we made a decision to go back to Disneyland Paris, and we've booked the hotels, and they then cancel sales of annual passes.
Yeah, like literally a week before
later.
payday.
With no information as to why, no information as to when they will be back on sale. So we're just waiting now to find out. But we will be going in September.
Regardless.
We don't care.
We just really would like to buy our annual passes back again.
We just want our annual passes back. So end of September, we've got 3 days in Disneyland Paris. October, we've got 3 days in Disneyland Paris. Then February, obviously, we've got the...
You can't say that. You need to say why we're going. So in September...
Right, September is the fact that I refuse to miss the 30th anniversary. That's all it is. Me being, I'm not missing it. And dragging Sharon with me.
To be fair, there's no dragging, is there?
Didn't take much dragging. No.
Should we go? Yeah, all right. Yeah, should I drive?
Yeah. See, done. Good partnership we have here. October.
Oh, I do have a much smaller car now.
You do. Yeah. Still take a lot of shopping. It's all right. There's only 2 of us.
The back seats go down. It'd be fine.
Yeah, I've got the boot in the back seats. Don't take a lot out of us.
October is quite special, isn't it?
October special. On the 16th of October, Disneyland Paris are having a 1-day event to celebrate the Disney company's 100th birthday. Just 1 day. So obviously we couldn't miss that.
No, and to be fair, the last time you've been let loose to go to a 1-day event on your own, you got stranded in a sodding airport. You nearly didn't get home because you'd booked the wrong effing flight. And So you can't be trusted. So I've got to go with you.
Yeah, you may have seen mention on social media about me reenacting Tom Hanks's film, The Terminal.
I nearly said Tom Cruise's then.
No, not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks.
Because I've got bloody Top Gun on my brain.
I went out to Disneyland Paris on my own for the 25th, the actual 25th birthday.
The day of.
The day of. And I'd booked flights that I thought were the first flight out, which was like 6:15 in the morning, and then the last flight back, which I think was about 10:30 at night. That's
I'm
what
loving the way you thought you booked that.
That's what I thought I'd booked.
That's not what you booked.
That's not what I'd actually booked. No, I didn't realise that EasyJet's flight, when you book them, automatically makes your return flight the next day. So I've flown out quite happily, done my whole day at Disneyland Paris, seen the most amazing parade I've ever seen. There was like hundreds of characters. You had Jessica Rabbit, Roger Rabbit, all the dwarfs. There was just so many characters I've never seen before in a Disney parade. So absolutely amazing day. Got back to the airport for what I thought was my return flight, to be told I'm not on the flight. I'm like, excuse me? And I'd gone through security, through immigration, and was at the gate to be told I wasn't on that flight.
How did you get through security if your flight wasn't until the next day?
Exactly. And I'm like, but it must be. And I'm showing them my ticket, and they're going, no, look. It's only when someone actually looked about the fourth time and said, no, it's for tomorrow. The flight was full, so they couldn't even get me on that flight. The next flight they could get me on was at 7:00 the next morning. I couldn't get a hotel. They were all full. So I ended up sleeping in the terminal on a bench. And because Paris has quite a large homeless problem at the time, and a lot of homeless people would come into the airport to sleep, they won't actually let you sleep. And security were coming around about every hour to wake me up because I wasn't allowed to sleep. Got through the next morning, obviously got through security again, got to the gate, and had to stay awake because I was scared of missing the flight. So yeah, this is why I'm not allowed to travel on my own
messages
anymore.
And the phone calls were they were hilarious.
Looking back, they were hilarious. At the time, no, I'm stranded in Paris. Help! What do I do?
I've got no phone. My vape's running out of juice. My this is that.
My vape was running out of juice. I didn't have my phone cable. My phone cable had broken,
so you couldn't charge your phone.
So I couldn't charge my phone. I had to wait for the next morning to get through to the shop to open to buy a charging cable. It was a nightmare, and that's why I've never been allowed.
She's not allowed to go on her own again
anymore.
No,
like,
never.
No. So yes, I've got 2 trips to Paris planned for this year. Then,
which is amazing, because if you look back on some videos that we did just after Christmas, there was quite a rant about how we weren't going to be going. We didn't know when we'd be going back. It's probably going to be 2026.
There is, if you look back on our videos, there's one called "We Miss You, Disneyland Paris."
Yeah,
and that was our 20-minute rant of the fact we missed Disneyland Paris. We want to go back, but we don't want to go back until this, and this. And I think after making that, after doing the Disneyland Paris Memories video as well, we just missed it too much.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, we'll just suck it up.
Yeah.
And
when we watched that video from that person that shall not be named, and we were like, oh my God.
Yeah. We knew we know we can do a good job with vlogging about Disneyland Paris,
because it's home.
It's home. We've been so many times. I think we've been about 13-14 times in the last
easily
13 years.
Yeah,
and that's including the pandemic years when we haven't been.
Yeah. It's probably more than that, to be fair.
We were annual pass holders. We were shareholders for quite a few years until Disney bought all the shares back. Then we were annual pass holders, so we would go for any reason. Like, it's a Monday, do you fancy going? Sharon, we had Sharon's hen week. She had a hen week. We had Sharon's hen week there.
We had your hen week that wasn't there.
We had my hen week that wasn't there. There was my 40th birthday out there. Emily's sixth birthday. We've done Christmas trips. Halloween trips.
Just because we fancy it trips.
The kids had a 10-year anniversary trip.
Yep.
Any excuse to go to Disneyland Paris, then we went. I mean, we're lucky. Sharon lives an hour from Dover, so I come and stay the night before. We drive to Dover.
We always get on the cheapest ferry.
Ferry,
which is usually at the crack of dawn.
Yep, which is always good. Then the 3
Especially
hours.
if you're seasick, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Right, tips for anyone who's seasick. Bottle of ginger ale, ginger nut biscuits, and eat the biscuits and sip them for the crossing. It keeps the nausea down. But they do laugh that I get out the car and I've got ginger ale in one hand, ginger nut biscuits in the other, sit at the back of the boat near the door that can be open, get the fresh air, stay away from food, stay away from the food outlets.
Do you want something to eat? No. And you get a swear word or finger or some. Yeah, I've got biscuits.
Yeah, I have biscuits.
I go off and have a full English.
Yeah, I stay and suffer at the back of the boat. And then it's a 3-hour drive from either Calais or Dunkirk up to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, pro tip is Dunkirk's always a better.
Yeah, it's an easier drive out the ferry.
It's an easier drive out the ferry terminal. There's not usually, obviously, you've got to go through Dover going out from the UK, so it's always going to be busy. But when you get to the other end, Dunkirk seems to be more truckers, less tourists, so it's much quicker to get through the immigration and get off.
And it's a straight road.
It's a straight road. The tolls are about €20, depending on what time of day you go. And it's a straight trip. It's just down the A, whatever it is.
Yeah, A4.
And all the E, whatever it is, 19. Anyway, it's a straight road. We've done it so many times, I don't even have the bad sat nav now.
Flat drive. So we obviously backtracked within about a week and went, we need to do this. And then
I don't even think it was a week, was it?
It was about a week. And then once we've made the decision to go, we've booked the hotel. We're staying at the Campanile again.
So that used to be called before it was the Campanile.
I can't remember.
It's the one with the zoo in it.
It's the one with the petting zoo with the donkey that wakes up
at ridiculous hour of the morning. But
yes,
it's technically a Disney partner hotel, which means there's shuttle buses.
Yes, free shuttle buses, and they also do an amazing hot breakfast buffet that's included in the price.
So we don't have to drive and pay for parking if we haven't got our annual pass. We have got our annual pass, of course. We've got the special VIP parking.
Yes, because obviously we'll go Infinity Pass, or what were Infinity Passes.
Yeah. Which means you don't have to hoof it so much along the car park, which is good.
Yes. And
the travelators by the car park allegedly are going to be fixed.
So that's obviously that's the plans for this year. Next year, obviously we've got the big trip to Orlando, which includes MegaCon, Universal, SeaWorld, Disney parks, Mardi Gras time,
International Drive, tax shopping.
Yeah. Trying to cram as much food in as possible.
Might have to go on a starvation diet from Christmas.
Maybe. So obviously that's February next year. Then there'll be obviously there'll be more trips to Disneyland Paris throughout that year. 2025, funds permitting, will be Celebration in Japan, and that's April of 2025.
You might end up doing that not as a solo trip because Ben will go with you, but
yeah. But then cost wise it's not too bad. It's about the same sort of price that we're paying for Orlando this time, which was a bargain, let's be fair. Been pricing it up with next year's prices for 2025, so obviously the main cost of that will be flights. That's a bit expensive, but obviously Tokyo Disney is on the bucket list for both of us. We need to see all 6 castles.
Yeah,
it just has to be done.
Epic Universe opens in 2025. Just saying.
It does, yes. Yeah, but we said we're going to give that a year for the crowds to calm down.
Yeah, we did.
So 2026, we're looking at either Orlando for Epic Universe or the California trip.
We could do both. We could do like a few days at Epic Universe and then fly to California.
Yeah, because internal flights are like $70 now.
Yeah. Oh God, sorry, we started spontaneously planning.
So we could do like a week in Orlando,
And
internal flight over,
and
then a week in California. So look, you've just seen what happens. This is how we plan.
Yeah.
One of us comes up with an idea, and the other one will expand on it.
Yeah. It all depends on how much flights will cost to get to the US.
Yeah, I mean, we got good price this time, so
we always know that February is because it's counted as off peak.
Yeah, it's off season.
So February's always a really good time to go, because it's not, there's no, as long as you miss, we do miss spring break, as long as you miss American school holidays
we could
or
do
public
September.
holidays. Could we?
Because in September we can do
Won't it be too hot for me?
No, sorry. We can do Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in Orlando, and then do Oogie Boogie Bash in California.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
That'll be the end of 2026 then. It's
Yeah.
more saving money a time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Just not doing Halloween Horror Nights.
No, we can't do Halloween Horror Nights. You'll die.
Yes. But yeah, so we could do that. Do 2 Halloween parties, coast to coast. Do our own coast to coast challenge. Oh, sorry.
You're gonna make us medals.
Yeah, t-shirts. See, now this is how we plan. It just ideas bounce around, and we end up doing this at about 11 o'clock at night.
Oh God, yeah.
Via Messenger.
Yeah, or WhatsApp.
And then me the next day going to bed. I might be away a bit longer than I originally thought. And this is what happens. So this, you've now listened to us rambling about us. Hopefully you know us a little bit better. If you don't, then I'm sorry. Any questions you have, just drop them in the comments and we'll get back to you.
Don't ask me about Top Gun.
Ask her about Top Gun. You need to ask her about Top Gun.
Bloody Top Gun.
I am making her a badge.
Oh yeah, Sam said she's going to make me a badge that says "Ask me about Top Gun." So if you see us when we're on holiday,
and she has her badge on,
doing our stuff in February in 2023, I probably will have that "Ask me about Top Gun" badge on
somewhere.
Because if we're lanyarding, my lanyard can't be naked. I have to have a badge or a pin on it.
Yeah.
So
she has to have bling.
Bling. Yeah, lanyard bling.
Lanyard bling.
There will be a "Ask me about Top Gun" badge.
Yes.
But don't, please. Thank you.
So thank you for listening to our ramble.
This is my favourite bit of our videos. Do you know why it's our favourite bit of our videos? Because after the thing, I've got Belle.
She has now had.
I do have the bell.
Yes.
Which means that when she says the thing with the bell I'm pointing out, I can go. Carry on.
Thank you. So if you'd like to keep up with all of our future trips and future events, then please subscribe.
There will be lots of them.
There is a lot coming up.
You won't even see us. Well, you will, but you won't see us like this. You'll see us from the other side of the camera.
We will be out in public.
Poor public.
So if you'd like to keep up with our future trips and plans, then please subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to be notified, her hand's hovering over the bell. If you'd like to be notified of when we post up a new video, then please ring the bell. And also,
I'm so easily pleased.
I know. Also, do give us a like, as it helps us on YouTube. So that's us. You now know more about us than you've ever wanted to.
And probably ever needed to know.
You probably ever needed to. Thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far,
you deserve a medal. I'll get Sam to make you one.
Bye.
Bye for now.